Six pod, six fan. What up?
Fuck, I knew
The
he
goat's
was gonna
back.
do this shit again.
The goat's back. It was amateur hour last time. Cliff, we recorded. Cliff can't stay above water without it. So
Let me tell the people.
it was
First
a
of
waste
all,
of a show.
bro, we recorded.
I was getting my shit off. I was getting my shit off too.
Bro, we recorded an hour show, and yeah, man, I never hooked up my mic, and it was going off the camera mic. So
Yowzers.
life is life. But yeah, man, welcome back off the Cliff Show. Brought to you by me, Cliff. Darien has a unbuttoned dry fit Nike shirt on with a chain. Looks like Jalen Hurts a little bit, But
come on.
But yeah,
I was Jalen for Halloween.
Yeah, you was. I remember that. But pod brought to y'all by 14th Network Podcast Network. Well, 14th and Market Podcast Network. I should not be messing that up. But yeah, man, going to talk about what we talk about. Joel Embiid, his injury, Sixers trade deadline, possibly some Eagles, depending on how long this goes. But yeah, man, here's the intro. All right, we here, as y'all can hear already. Darien is back.
Six pod, six fan. What up?
Had to get him back for the first guest. But you won't be like a guest kind of. You'll be like a
Yeah, and it's just crazy too. Like the worst timing in like Philadelphia sports at this current time for me to come back. Cause I don't like being the doom and gloom guy, but like, damn,
I know, bro.
It's not looking good.
I know.
It's not looking up.
What do we want to talk about? I guess. What do we talk about? Joel?
Start from the top. Start from the
or the trade deadline. Like, what do we want to
start? Trade deadline.
Okay.
Trade deadline.
Okay. Trade deadline. Okay. So yesterday was trade deadline. This will be out by then. Yeah. Yesterday was trade deadline. Sixers traded for Buddy Hield first. They traded Marcus Morris. I want to say Marcus Morris, Furkan, 3 picks for Buddy Hield. They also traded. They gave away Daniel House for money. Josh Harris ducking the tax. Who else did we trade? Oh, traded Pat Bev for campaign. And yeah, that's what happened. We'll talk. Get in depth about all of those moves. So,
can I curse on here?
Yeah, you was cussing all yesterday.
But I was like, he has like real sponsorships now. So I was like, yo, can I wild out?
Yes, bro.
I felt bad afterwards. I don't know what the rules and regulations are like once you actually like getting paid for this shit.
You wild out.
All right. Yeah. So look, man, all those niggas that you just named were actually literally waived.
Yeah.
Right after those trades, none of it makes sense, man. Like every move that they made contradicted the other. And, there's like 76ers fan like grandstanding, like, oh, you niggas just don't understand the moves. Pat Bev got you in your feelings that much? Yes, he was fun. He was a vibes guy. He was trash, but he was my trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. I don't. Like, campaign is not moving the fucking needle. He's been on as many teams as Pat has within the last 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. I can vividly remember how much the Knicks fans that I follow hated that nigga. He sucks. And I saw somebody tweet about, oh, his vibes are so high, like he was just doing like stupid ass shit on the bench. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, bro.
I'd rather have somebody who's like a dog and like bullies our superstars than somebody who's like an ass kisser like Thanasis. I don't care about that shit.
Yeah. And he's not like a bully. He wasn't like a bully person like PJ Tucker where he'll get 0 points. Like he was contributing to the team.
Bro.
So, and I think a lot of people forget that. Like
we have 0 dogs.
Like we would lose a couple games without Pat Bev this season.
Bro,
we already
the one game I saw in person, Pat hit a clutch 3 in the corner against the Rockets to get us close, and then Marcus Morris sealed the game with a 4-point play. We have gotten rid of both those niggas.
Oh, Pat Bev hit the Maxey 51-point game. Pat Bev hit the dagger 3.
Yes, yes. I think he was adjusting very, very well to like Nick Nurse's coaching style. Like he was like, I remember on his pod, he was like, yeah, Nick was like, yo, I need you to shoot more. I need you to do a little bit more on offense. Like, yeah, Pat's not fucking Jamal Murray or you know what I'm saying? Like he has no bag. I answer the man will admit that. But like he was doing more offense, and like even other fans of other teams, like who support the Lakers, the Clippers, like wherever his other stops, they're like, no, this is a different like Pat Bev. Like he was like locked in. Like he wanted to do something special in Philly. And you just kind of took the rug up from under him. And then, you also like, I get it, like players lie, GMs lie, but like that was kind of fucked up, man. Pat, like
Mm-hmm.
these guys loved Pat. Maxey was literally like just worshiping him on like an interview. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love Pat. He's a good vet. Like these guys matter. Like, and you said it, I think on Twitter, like Morey just like he just moves bodies like
Yeah.
fucking chess pieces. He doesn't really care about the vibe. He doesn't care about like the camaraderie building piece. Like, and you just look at his track record. That's what he does. Like he'll get like a gym,
Mm-hmm.
he'll get an MVP caliber player, and just kind of rotate pieces around, right? And like I don't know, shit like that. Just not. It's proven not to work. Like, bro, that was just a horrible fucking like. And I mean, maybe I'd feel a different way if Embiid wasn't hurt, but also too like if your contingency plan is to go all in
Mm-hmm.
this summer with the worst free agent class, like you should have been done. Like they haven't pushed all the chips in since Jimmy.
Yeah. And that wasn't even
Your
Morey.
best
That
player
was
gets hurt
Elton.
every season. That was Elton,
Yep.
right? The GOAT, the basement dweller,
Elton would have had Zach LaVine
my
week
guy,
2.
bro.
He would've
At
had-
least Elton shoots. You know what I'm saying? Did he fuck up on the Tobias thing? Yeah.
yeah.
Did he fuck up on the Hal Horford deal? Yeah. But like he tries.
He got
You know
him.
what I'm saying? Maury's like Maury's the guy's like, I'm never gonna lose a deal, so I don't make any.
Mm-hmm. And like you said
I
yesterday,
hate that.
I don't think GMs like to do deals with him because he has
No.
this, I want to be the smartest guy in the room and I want to try to fleece you, which is kind of, but how he does, but how he's great. So, but it's like, it's just
Yeah.
different when it's coming from Morey because like you could kind of feel the arrogance with him. Like if you feel it, you can feel it with
Yeah.
like the whole Tobias shit that he does. Like when we talked about Maxey's 51-point game, he goes out and tweets about Tobias. Like, bro, what are you doing? Are you just trying to prove us wrong?
He's trying to be like, yeah. I hate that shit, bro.
Yeah, like bro, we watch the game. Like we can see you. I hate when they like we can see everything. Like we've been here for years. Like I'm not. This doesn't trick me. And I just hate it, bro. And what else? Like you said, like moving around, like chess pieces. If you look at the last few championship teams, like Denver, Golden State, who won before Golden State? Was that the Milwaukee year? What? It doesn't matter. But the past finals winners have had cores. Like they've had a group of players that have been there for a couple of seasons, and they've had glue pieces that have been there for a couple of seasons. So mind you, you're keeping like Oubre and Batum, but like they don't really have like an identity to them. Like when you have players like Pat Bev and Marcus Morris, they brought like a different toughness, like they felt like Philly. Marcus Morris was from here. Pat Bev was really like getting accustomed to like you would think Pat Bev was from Philly the way he was acting. They were playing well. They weren't playing bad. So it's like, especially when Embiid goes down, you just want to keep core pieces around them that are good in the locker room, that are encouraging young players like Maxey. They're not afraid to challenge Joel, and it's just it builds like an identity. It builds a culture that this team hasn't had for years, and now you ship them out for some of these like Campaign, Kyle Lowry, like they could marginally be better than those guys, but like the impact that they have in the locker room is way better than what they'll ever bring. So like that
100%.
stuff matters.
100%.
Like it's not always numbers, it's not always stats. Like stuff like that matters. And like both of those, Pat Bev and Marcus Morris, were contributing. Even Daniel House, they contributed. It's not like they were just stuck on the bench. Like Furkan, I get. But like these players were contributing when Joel was in the lineup.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I think that's my beef. I'm like, bro, like, so it's two things. I get that it's out of your control.
mm-hmm.
The Embiid injuries. Embiid is, you got to hold him culpable to staying healthy. I get that. He has blame. But also, too, like the front office, you have to go into every season in the mindset that you will lose this guy at one point or another.
Yep.
And you need to build, and I tweet this, you have to build contingencies into your roster, whether that's going all in, getting rid of Tobias's contract, which you should have done 2 seasons ago,
mm-hmm.
and getting us another solid veteran that can keep it like an all-star, that can keep the team afloat. Because Maxey, while he's an all-star, he's only 22, 23 mm-hmm. years old. He's not ready to be that guy just yet. He's ready to be that guy on the side of Embiid,
mm-hmm.
right? But like when he's leading a team, if he's not going nuclear, we're losing, right?
Yep.
He has that 50-point game. He has that 42-point game. But outside of that, like it's fairly pedestrian. which is a lot to ask of a 23-year-old. I get that much. Like he's ahead of schedule,
Yeah.
so you have to get somebody else. Tobias is not that guy, and for you to keep shoving that in our face and try to make us think that he is not. Look at the playoffs last year, bro. 2 points, 7 points, 1 for 8. Trash. Like he's not it. And I like T-Time. That's my guy. But like, come on, we gotta move on. Like, you gotta stop trying to think you're the smartest guy in the room and like take a shot and give up some shit for the right pieces and be like, damn, I might have sold high or sold too much, but like I got the right piece. And he just has lit in his time here has never done it.
And it feels like he
Ever.
like every time like the Sixers need to make a move, it feels like he like overplays his hand. Like we both said, this move should have been made 3-4 weeks ago. That's when the real like nobody big was really moved at the deadline because they were already moved 3-4 weeks ago. OG Anunoby was moved. Who else got traded? Somebody else got traded, and I'm blanking.
Siakam.
Yeah, like Siakam got moved. Like these moves are already made because the teams that they were traded to understood. Yeah, like the teams that they got traded to understood. Okay, we need to build chemistry because we need to make sure this team is ready to go by the playoffs, and we don't want to give them just a half a season to acclimate. And especially when you have, I said this yesterday, and I've been saying it on Twitter, when you have a player like Joel Embiid who you know is going to miss games regardless. It didn't just take this injury. You knew he was going to miss games regardless. You want to get that player in here in order for him to acclimate to everything, acclimate to playing games without Joel and playing games with Joel, so they can build a type of chemistry so they know what to do when he goes down. The team, once he went down now, the team doesn't know what to do. So it's like
no,
it's like they didn't prepare,
which is like embarrassing.
Yeah. It's like
that's malpractice.
Yeah, it's like
he gets hurt every season.
It's like they don't have they can't switch up their style. And I don't know if that's on Nurse. I don't know if that's Morey's fault. But the move to get another star, if you were really star hunting, or the move to get another piece in here to help out Maxey and Joel should have been made because the players that were available then were still available yesterday. So,
well, it's everybody's to blame. It's Embiid not staying healthy, but also too like him having to do the fucking most. Like, scoring 70 points while it's dope as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the norm. But he was going nuclear every fucking night because we had to. He had to. He absolutely had to because he's not getting any help.
Yep.
All of Embiid's best games, go look at Tobias's line. Pedestrian.
Yeah, I don't.
And like the shoving that in our face is crazy. Like, I will say this: like Sixers fans, the ones that I follow and have followed for quite some time, are smarter than the average NBA fan. And like, I assume that most of the folks that attend are also. We have the third highest attendance in the league. Like, regardless of the product you put out, the Philadelphia fans are going to show up. So like, don't disrespect that fan base by selling low on Pat. By selling low on Marcus. Furkan, free him. You know what I'm saying? You've been holding him hostage for 5 years. I get it. But he just got fucking released. He doesn't have a job anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you doing? Like, every move that they made, it was, to me, it was counterproductive. And like, you know, you get the grandstanding Sixers fans like, oh, well, campaign, he attempts more three. I don't care. He's trash. Buddy Hield, he's gonna really he's gonna be, you know, the gravity he'll get from Embiid's out.
Yeah, like, and for a majority of the season, people
are we talking
like
about?
Embiid is coming back next week. He's out for the majority of the season.
What are we talking about?
He also got.
What are we talking about?
He also got benched last week, and he's averaging 12 points on the highest scoring team in the NBA. So,
what are we talking about?
And I'm not here to say like, oh, also we forgot Jay and Springer got traded, but he sucks. So, and I've been saying,
oh my god.
And
for sure, but give him to like the fact that you did it to the Bucks and the Celtics.
Yeah, which it makes it even
have some fucking respect.
Yeah, which makes it even crazier.
Send Springer to fucking OKC or some shit or Charlotte.
Yeah, like that.
You send him to Joe Mazzulla.
Joe
Mazzulla, and then you send Pat, our beloved Pat, to Doc Rivers. That's crazy.
Like you had to have hated them, bro. Like it's just no way. And the caveat, the I think I was fine with moving with Morris for Buddy Hield, but like that's just like you're giving up multiple dogs once you now trade Pat Bev as well. So I just wanted to make. I didn't think people like I was kind of fine with the Buddy Hield trade when it happened. I was like, I don't really like it, but I was like fine, like I understood it. Like it's Marcus Morris, Furkan, and 3 picks. All right, second round picks. Yeah, like all right, whatever. But
Yeah.
the moves that followed after that, then I'm like, all right, what are we doing? Because it's like, are we trying to compete right now, or are we punting on the season? And they kind of like stayed in the middle, which they have done the entire Morey tenure is like stay in the middle and try to ride the fence and not put like a real team around them or go all in. Like you're gonna have to take a shot at some point.
At some point. Well, and it's just like they keep doing the same. Like you're doing the same shit that we always had the best starting five in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So I'm tired of like literally if Embiid's in the starting five, it's gonna be top 3,
Mm-hmm.
plus minus or whatever the fuck them nerds be preaching about. You know what I'm saying? Like they're talking about the current starting five, right? They're like, yeah, we got rid of the guys who are fringe bench players. Of course, they had great energy, but we still retained Batum, Melton, in the big three.
Mm-hmm.
And Embiid is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
We do this every season. Where did you see the positive rating of Embiid, Ben, JJ, and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah? I don't give a fuck about what they do in the regular season. We always destroy folks. We always have the best net rating in the NBA.
Yep.
Always.
That's
Literally,
Joel.
you can go back to like 2019. If Joel's in the lineup, I think they have one of probably top 3, top 5 best starting 5 lineups.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to operate under the mindset that you're going to lose that guy, and have some contingencies built into that, like into your roster, where you can stay afloat. Somebody can be a true 1-2 punch with Maxey.
Mm-hmm.
And this nigga talking about 28 points, bro. When's the last time Tobias scored 30 back to back? Like once this season?
I don't even think has he done it.
I think he did it once. I think he did it
right
once.
now.
I think he did it once.
And I'm only checking his the last.
But just don't act
game.
like we're dumb, bro. I don't know, man. And then like for you to leak, like, we're going to try our hand at Paul George, bro. That whole locker room hates you, Daryl. If there's one locker room that hates you more than Philly, it's the Los Angeles Clippers locker room.
And the teammate that you traded that said you lied is on his that's his teammate. You think he's gonna now leave his
right?
home?
And then his former teammate Pat Bev, you also lied to his face.
Mind you, his other teammate Russell Westbrook and other player in the NBA, Chris Paul, have come out and said these same exact things about their like. Why do you think players would want to come here when you are the problem?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm trying to see when Tobias scored. If he scored 30 back.
It happened once. I remember a tweet coming out like, "Oh, Tobias scored 30 back to back."
Oh, don't even worry, brother. I'm going.
It's just not consistent, dog.
It's never going to be.
It's just not consistent. And the fact that he played out his 5-year contract is malpractice. We've known that he wasn't a third option on a championship team for 3 years, 2 years.
This has been off all.
Yeah, at least 3.
All 5 years. Oh yeah, he did. He had it. 37 and then 32. He had it versus the Kings and then Atlanta. They lost against Atlanta. But it's like
empty. Bro, it's just like, what are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? Or what are they doing? Let me stop saying
they got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They never can. So I said it yesterday. It's always like a next year mentality with the Sixers, but you can't do that when you know Embiid he has a shelf life on his career. You simply can't do it. Like you have to, at some point you have to take the shot and you're just going to have to go all in and just live with the results. But you can't keep doing this 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We need to prepare for the future while we also have a franchise player that everybody knows is the best player in the NBA and has been the best player in the NBA for 2-3 years now. That's just not how it works. It's either you're going to go all in and win a championship, or you're going to say, all right, we decide to rebuild. But once you go 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it's always going to be a second round playoff. Like, you're never going to go all the way because you're not setting yourself up to win championships. You're setting yourself up to just be like, all right, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that goes back to Josh Harris and Daryl Morey. Just being cheap and not putting like the correct core players that you need around him to have the franchise continue to be successful.
Well, we got under the luxury tax, which is nice.
Josh Harris being cheap. He probably did that to pay who they just get as their coach. He probably did that to pay
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, Brian Johnson. That's what he used that money to pay Brian Johnson. Most likely.
Probably.
It's every year. Every year they do something to get under the tax.
Horrible. Under the tax. Working the margins with sorry ass player. The fact that they were even in on the Alec Burks sweepstakes disgusts me.
Oh,
And like, shout out to the
okay.
Knicks, man. They got all that without giving up a first round pick.
Yep. And I also want to say, like, we're not saying dump Tobias for like anybody, because I don't think I would have done the Tobias for Bogdan either, because like he sucks on D. Like
No.
I understand what Tobias brings, but like, what are you barking for? What? The dog's over here wilding, but I want yo, it's going crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't have just,
Get your house in order.
bro. He just randomly just started barking at me. I think he want to do something, but yeah, I wouldn't have just dumped him for anybody, bro. But like, I understand what he brings and what he doesn't bring, and like you said, the fact that he played out his entire 5-year contract here is insane, and it should have never happened. If you really wanted to win the championship, it should have never happened.
No. I mean, shout out to him. Like he undid. He got off that Horford contract pretty quickly. Like he identified that, and I was like, all right, well, we're trending in the right direction. He can look at this roster and be like, yeah, this shit's not working, bro. He looked right in Tobias' face, was like, yeah, you're
it.
You're that piece. No, bro. No, you're not. It's okay. It's okay, bro.
I think
I can't stand that nigga.
I think our problem with Morey is like, yo, stop barking. I think our problem with Morey is it's Howie's fault, because we expect him to make a move like Howie makes, where it's like, all right, he clearly understands. Stop barking. Like, he clearly understands the problems of this team, and he will go address it. Now, linebacker and stuff is different. I mean, he got Kaiser White and everything last year, but like, Morey will never make that trade unless like an obvious splash star that wants out, like James Harden, which he's done twice now. So, and he hasn't made another deal.
Yeah.
Other than that,
like, and with Howie, like Howie's gonna see a problem 1 year, right? And he's like, that problem will not persist for 2 seasons straight. Never. We got shitty linebackers and safety play. I bet you we fix that this summer. Howie will never let a problem like that persist. He see players aging, he'll be like, all right, get the fuck on. Thank you for the Super Bowl, but you gotta go.
And then
he's not loyalty. Like, in the fact that like the loyalty thing just doesn't make any sense. Like Tobias thing, like, why are you so loyal to Tobias? But like you treat guys like Pat Bev, like chess pieces and lie to their faces. Like, I get it. Lying is part of the business. I 100% understand it. But the way that you go about it is crazy.
Like, because there's no need for it.
And for a guy that's been working with Morey for like a decade.
It's never any need for it. He just goes. It's like he goes out of his way to be a snake for absolutely no reason. Like, just these are players who I think, like, Pat Bev came up to him and like in honesty, just like, bro, am I getting traded? Like, just let me know. All he had to do was say, Pat, we don't know. We have some things like, and I'm pretty sure like Pat Bev would have just understood. Like, he just wanted to know, like,
it's a business.
He's like, why did you lie? And he probably found out.
You always gotta be leery of people who lie that easily, bro. You always gotta be weary of that.
Yeah, and he probably found out about them trying to get Kyle Lowry, which is dumb, to back him up. And he would lose some of his minutes, and it's just like, I just want to know if I'll play, because if not, what will happen is, what they could have done, still got Kyle Lowry and just probably like waive Pat Bev and let Pat Bev go to a team that he wants to go to contend. Don't send him to Doc Rivers.
My brother in Christ. If they pick up Kyle Lowry.
What do you mean if?
I've been being facetious. I'm gone. You won't see another Sixers tweet from me. I'm gone. I hate the way, like, why do they keep doing, like, Harden was one thing, horrible style of play to watch, and I had to lie to myself about it for a whole season. Like, oh, I love these. The refs are just calling the game. I hate that shit,
season
bro.
And a
just
half.
hoop.
It was a season and a half.
Oh my god, just hoop. Stop foul baiting. Stop doing all that. Like, there's what Embiid does, and then there's just like what Harden does is in another fucking stratosphere. I cannot watch Kyle Lowry do that. I refuse.
Especially being a worse player, like,
horrible player, fat, bro. The way that, like, the Heat culture, right? I don't know if you ever heard Jimmy talk about it. He's like, yeah, like Spo will come in and like weigh us and like pinch our skin to make sure
Yeah.
like we don't have that much fat. Like, bro, the fact that Kyle Lowry's body rejected heat culture is crazy. I'm not signing up for that. You don't care about the game. You don't care about your body. I'm cool.
You know what? You want to know what's
I'm
crazy?
good.
You want to know what's crazy? So Marcus
Y'all kind of look
Morris,
alike.
absolutely not. You're insane. I need a haircut, but anyway, like, well, you want to know what's crazy? I was hearing for the longest, like, bringing Marcus Morris home would be like that's the type of player you don't want home.
Yeah.
But he came here, he did the up, like he represented the city the best that he possibly could. He ended up getting the key to the city. Got shipped out. I think Kyle Lowry is the one you don't want. Like you just said, if his body's rejecting
Yeah.
heat culture, what do you think he's gonna do back home? I don't think he's the type of player that's gonna be
Bro,
like, all right, I'm home.
them cheesesteaks?
He doesn't strike me as the type of player that'd be like, all right, I'm home, I'm gonna put on the best I can for my city. No.
Hell no.
He don't give a shit.
No. 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 And to your point, you said it yesterday too. Like, we had to warm up to Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris was like, all right, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove myself. Like, does he take ill-advised middies? Sure. I'm saying, but like, there were positives as well as negatives.
Yep.
Point. Somebody was like, yeah, Kyle Lowry's what, 38, 40%?
He's about to be 40. Oh,
3-point shooter. Bro, he last time I looked, he missed his last 18 3-point attempts. What are we talking about? What is he going to give us? He's not good anymore.
I don't know why people are like hyped up on Kyle Lowry, bro. Like he's not. He's clearly not. Didn't it like he's about to get bought out? When you're about to get bought out, you're not good.
He's not good.
Like
he's not good.
When you're about to get bought out, usually means like you're over the hill. Unless you get lucky, but like
next year,
Dinwiddie, who also sucks.
The Sixers will only have Embiid, Reed, and Maxey on contract, and they'll have millions of dollars to play with. And spend it on who?
Exactly. Free agency class sucks.
Somebody's going to demand out and demand a trade to Philly to
deal with
to play with Embiid, to play under Nurse, to do business with Morey.
And hopefully
I don't know. I mean, Embiid's the best player in the league. I stand by that. But our players lining up to run with him? I can't say that.
I mean, I think it's shown. Like the past few off seasons, like you don't hear the only like star player or like borderline all-star that has like wanted to come here. Like, you don't know if Jimmy wanted to come play with him. Be like Jimmy and Embiid like it wasn't a problem, but they weren't feeling each other like when he first got here. They just ended up gelling and becoming like best friends. But you don't see borderline all-stars or all-stars like, I need to go line up and play with Joel. And maybe that's like Joel as far as recruiting, or like how he's so like he's usually like he's like closed off, but we've heard that years. But like, and the injury is also a thing. Like, do I want to risk my career on playing with an injury-prone player who has not proved to be, he cannot be healthy in the playoffs? So
we need to bring the demon home.
Ben,
bring him home.
I need it.
I've been tweeting. I'm not joking. Look, if we're gonna be a laughingstock, I want good TV.
Do it the right way. Bring Furkan back too, because he can be signed back.
Ben's a dickhead. You might as well just run that shit right back to 2018-19. We're not gonna win shit, but it's gonna be funny.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the Sixers were this year.
Ben's polarizing.
They were fun.
They were fun, bro. At one point in time, I'm like, man, if they can hold it together, they might make the ECF.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can get past the Celtics? Fuck no. But I didn't think they could get past the Celtics last year, and we're up 3-2.
Yep.
And we choked.
Yep.
So,
and then everyone folded. But
when you have Embiid, you have a chance to win a championship. I will say that. When Embiid is healthy, you have a chance. But Cliff, he's never healthy. So,
and like, you can't.
We might as well just have fun, make good TV.
I'm with it. Bring him home, re-sign Furkan, because no way somebody's about to re-sign him. Where are you going to go, Furkan? Come on,
bro. Furkan is not coming home. He's going back to Turkey.
He's like an all-star.
He is not coming back to Philly.
The Furkan in Turkey and the Furkan in the NBA is two completely. If we had the Furkan from Turkey, we would have won an NBA championship easily.
Green light. That's summer league Furk.
Yeah, easily. Bring Marcus Morris back home too because they waived him, but I think he's signing with the Mavericks or something like that. So
I wouldn't even. Oh, he's going to join his brother.
I think so. I think he is signing with them. Well, they said like there's a
That's
strong
fire.
possibility like he signs with the Mavericks.
Tax-free income. I'd never play in any other state outside of Florida and Texas.
Yeah, like
I think Nevada too.
whatever, man. I just don't.
Uh,
The Jay and
bro,
Springer thing, people know
I
how I feel
cannot
about that.
call it. I mean, dude can't. Let's call a spade a spade. Like the outrage over that is kind of crazy. I hate that. I don't think it was a trade that needed to be made.
Like
I don't think that he's like. They were like, oh, he was just locking up Steph. No, the fuck he wasn't, guys. He was not locking. Were we watching the same
people
game?
don't understand like what really.
He was not locking Steph up. Now he did have Luka in hell that one game for like a quarter, and then Luka decided to break out of jail, as he always does. But like, let's not get too carried away. Like it's the homerism's nuts.
I think you said it. I
Nuts.
think you said it yesterday. Like these are professional scores. So if you
Yeah,
were watching the game, like it was very clear Steph and Luca just didn't give a shit.
they weren't
While every
engaged.
like Springer, I will give this to Springer. He was playing good defense, but when Luca and
Yeah,
Steph
he was trying.
decided, like, all right, it's enough of this, they
Yeah,
scored. They did whatever they wanted.
son. I saw today so many tweets talking about we just traded a potential first team All NBA defender to the Celtics. Guys, what the fuck are we talking about? First team All NBA defender has Ben ever been first team All NBA
For what do you mean?
defense?
Yeah. Like all first team. All,
Ben was.
no, Ben. Oh, Ben. Yeah, no, Ben was. No, was he first team or was he second team? He made it. I know he made it.
I know he got second or third a couple of times. And Springer's not a better defender than Ben,
Nah, not when Ben was in his
in my
prime.
opinion.
Absolutely not. But that's because of Ben's like height and shit like that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, guys, what are we doing? Like, we gotta stop doing this. Like every time. Like, I get it, we're outraged, but like, let's not go too crazy.
I think the
The
Springer.
guy dribbles with. He can't jump off one foot. The guy dribbles with his palm.
I think the Springer thing comes
Come on.
from everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is a good pick in the draft." No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So they're trying to like continue, like they just want to be proven right, and when they've been proven wrong so many times. But that's Philadelphia sports. Tobias.
For sure. But also too, let's get into that though. I'm not even putting the Sixers into Philadelphia sports, bro. The Sixers are literally one of the worst organizations in America. We haven't done shit since 2001. And if you're looking at the entirety of the Sixers' existence, haven't done shit since the 80s.
Yeah,
Far worse than the Dallas Cowboys.
you're right.
Haven't done shit. Niggas are talking about, yeah, you trade Embiid, we're gonna be a poverty franchise again. My nigga, we ain't never
Got news. For
not
you,
been impoverished.
Got news for you, buddy.
What am I missing? We just watched them tank for 3 years. Before that, we were fringe eight seeds. Before that, we were gifted with Allen Iverson, and he got stomped by Kobe and Shaq, and we never went back.
And I don't.
We ain't done shit since 01 and haven't done shit since Irving.
And I don't think the people.
That's
I don't
nasty.
think the people understand. Like when people are saying trade Embiid, they understand. They understand what's going to happen after. Like they are not as saying trade Embiid like to get like an all-star bet. No. They know we're going back to the basement. I mean, we've been in the basement, but they know we're going deeper into like they know.
Yeah.
You need to accept it.
Big tankathon.
Yeah, like you need to accept it. We know. Well, not we, because I don't want like I'm on the fence about like if they should trade him or not. But people know.
I'm not on the fence. I'm not on the fence.
Oh, you're saying trade him?
Free him.
Oh, free him.
Free him. He wants. I think he wants to be here. Obviously, I think he wants to retire here. But like, I think it's a win-win for both parties involved. Blow it up. Let Embiid ring chase. He's 30.
Mm-hmm.
His body literally is taped together. Let him go be a number 2 with someone who also wants to ring chase. I don't know, just free him, bro. Like you haven't done right by him, so it's like you haven't surrounded him with the right pieces. So the right thing to do is to let him go and search for it. Kind of. He's not as bad of a Dame situation, but very similar.
Right. But like, do it to where he doesn't request the
Yeah,
trade.
because if you wait
Like
too
help.
long, like he has one season left. I remember I caught hell for like when did he get hurt, Cliff? And I was like, yeah, this nigga might retire. He might not come back. Like it's just like
Uh
mentally frustrating, like exhausting. I think it was like a season or two ago. I was like, yeah, if he doesn't come back. Oh, it was the season that he was about to win the MVP and he got hurt and Jokic won it.
oh,
So year before last, I think. And I was like, yeah, bro, if he retires, I wouldn't be shocked. And niggas was like, oh my God, you're being dramatic, bro. He has like a mentally exhausting rehab process every season.
Yep.
Like just getting back to like being that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of mental fortitude. And like after a while, you don't want to keep putting the team on your back. Like free that man. Fuck Morey.
Yep. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I don't know. Like my mic is being weird. But yeah.
Amateur hour, guys.
No.
Amateur hour.
No.
What are we doing?
It wasn't moving on the right. Cut it out.
Yowzers.
Anyway, fuck the Sixers. Or is it fuck Daryl Morey? I don't know. I don't know which one I want to pick. You want to talk about the Eagles?
Everybody's to blame, brother. Everybody's to blame. Yeah, let's talk about a real franchise.
Yeah, let's talk about CP getting his job.
Yeah. Amazing. Something that we've been campaigning for, speaking to existence. I've always been saying jokingly, like, bro, you got to come home, get right with the gang. I honestly never thought it could happen, honestly. Even when Vic came here, I was like, yeah, it's a long shot because he was just getting so many looks as a defensive coordinator. Like legit, when he got the Ian Rappaport tweet,
yeah,
group chat went crazy and like calling this man a rising star. Like we have a defensive coordinator, we have two basically capable DCs on a roster. So when he got that tweet, I was like, there's no chance like that he'd come outside of like a positional coach capacity. But it happened, bro. I'm over the moon. I hated that now I'm even more personally invested in their success because
you have no choice.
That last 2 months, bro, was brutal. And what did I say? And I wish we could have got the audio out before Lane Johnson came out and said what he said. Cliff, if I'm lying, I'm dying. What did I say yesterday?
Bro, you said that because I asked you, like, I thought, like, we don't know what happened in the locker room, like, why they folded the way they folded. And you said that you knew exactly what it was, and it was the 49ers broke their spirit. Exactly what you said. And then the Lane Johnson video.
Bar for bar.
Covey said it too.
Bar for bar. I wish, yeah. And I was like, right after I said it, the tweet or the interview probably came out maybe like 20 minutes later. They broke their spirit because like you go into it like thinking, Debo's going crazy on his little crybaby tour all summer. Like, yo, I swear to God, like if we had our guy, we beat the shit out of these guys. So you start to question yourself a little bit going into that game. You're like, all right, this is a prove it game for us just as much as it is for them.
Yep.
And they got their guy. We got our guys. We're healthy. It's a high stakes regular season game, and they pull your pants down at home. Was it at home?
No,
yeah, they beat shit out of them at home. It was SF. It was SF.
No, was it? Was it? No, it was.
I can't remember.
It wasn't at the link. Was it at? No, it was at the link because people were saying it was at the link.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure because people were saying no way Brock Purdy comes into the link, and it was at the link. It was at the link.
Yeah. Bro, they beat the absolute dog shit out of them, and I think that was like, damn, are we frauds type moment for them?
Oh,
and they just could not shake back.
And remember the shit that was happening before the game when they was like bullying the DBs and like on the position while they were trying to warm up, and they just was like sitting there like they was bullying Bradbury and like nobody was around to like fight back. And and while I was happening, I'm like, oh, this is the 49ers Super Bowl. But like when you look back at that, you're like it's football. Like fight for your teammate. Like you can't go in there like, all right, well, we already beat them last year. Like no, like they was talking a lot of shit. It's time to show them y'all wasn't fucking with us. And then they were scared.
Cliff, if you call me trash all summer, specifically talking about Debo and Bradbury, if you call me trash all summer, and then the media asked me about Cliff, yo, what do you think about Cliff's comments about you being trash? And I smile. bro. Oh, the game's a game. Is you just talking shit? No, Debo really meant that. He thinks you're not good at your professional craft.
Right.
Yo, get back. You're allowed to hit him. You're on defense. Fight back, bro. That's when I knew. I was like, I don't know. We might be sweet, and they proved it. Right, and then they could not refine their identity, and like you start thinking, like, damn, we did have the ball bounce our way a couple of those wins. We're really close from being 10-1 to fucking 5-5. You know what I'm saying? So like, you start to question yourself: Are we the cream of the crop? Are we? Do we belong here? Was that a fluke run? Broke their spirit, bro. Broke it.
I just don't like what happened from last. They didn't lose a lot of players from last season. I don't know what
No,
happened to where they don't have that mentality anymore. That's why I was so confused. Like a lot of us was just confused. Like what the hell? Like what's going on?
I think they shake back though.
Yeah. I like the
I
coaching
think they shake
staff.
back.
I think the players have their heads right. Um,
I think they shake back. I think they needed to. It's really hard to like. Philly is a really hard place to play. It's a
mhm,
hard place to coach. Nick, they wanted him fired after coming out of the Super Bowl. Like that's it's tough, right?
mhm,
There's always going to be a scapegoat. We just fired two coordinators. Like it's tough. It's a tough city to stay. Like, and we've been in the Super Bowl twice in the last 6 years, and like it's still not enough. I get it.
mhm,
It's not fair. It's not fair at all. But like that's the cities you play in, and some guys either step up to the plate and take that shit on chin and are made for it, like the Kelseys and
mhm.
Fletcher Coxes of the world and Lane Johnson, or you have guys, unfortunately, like a Ben Simmons, like a Matisse Thybulle, that just like, oh, this is too much pressure. I love playing in Portland where nobody gives a fuck about the games anymore.
Yeah,
Like
and it sucks because like
it's weird.
the fans know literally they know they can go from knowing
Yeah.
a Jalen Hurts all the way down to knowing exactly who Britton Covey is or exactly who Eli Ricks, an undrafted cornerback, is. They know we
Mm-hmm.
know his strengths, his weaknesses, all from game one or before he plays on the field, and we know coaches from Nick Sirianni all the way down to no disrespect to
Yeah.
Christian. Like, why do we know that?
Yeah.
Like, why do we know what is it like? What Coach
We're
CP
obsessed,
is like,
bro.
bro?
It's like a cult thing. Like when CP got hired, yo, you would thought we got hired.
Yep.
Like they were tweeting us. Yo, I know him from your podcast. Yo, it's your brother. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Like it's my own family. Like this fan base is insane in a
Mm-hmm.
good way. Like so when you're embraced, like you're embraced. And like I think the team knows like what city they play for and who they play for.
Mm-hmm.
And they have enough of those guys in the locker room to get right. And we just talked about like the difference between Howie and Morey. Howie won't let the same problems
Yeah.
fester
Yeah.
year over year. He'll see a cancer, he'll cut that shit out. Our linebackers suck. All right, stand by.
Bro, you see
Our safety suck. All right,
our coach
stand by.
watch this. Watch this.
Stand by.
Nobody's coming back.
Stand by. Stand by. Yo, we need a demon at defensive coordinator.
Watch this.
Vic, come back.
Don't even worry about it.
Not enough passing game's not impressive. Get the one guy who literally knows every route tree in the world. Stand by. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he's going to address shit quickly. And shout out to the black coaches, Brian Johnson and Desai. Like, I'm glad they got opportunities elsewhere. Actually, I don't know. Did Desai get picked up yet?
Not yet. No, wait, did he? I think he was supposed to.
I don't know. But you know me. Like, I need my defensive coordinators to have that leathery red skin, bro. That they're just sunburnt. And they look like they've been in war their entire lives. That's what Vic is. I need that.
But that's it. But that's exactly what. So it goes to Vic. That's exactly who CP is because you talked about it yesterday. He is the hardest working person you know, and you even said it like holidays. CP might be he might be in the office looking at film.
Bro,
Like you need coaches.
it's a literal running joke. We text him on Christmas morning every year, like, bro, send a picture. Where you at right now? He'll be in his office watching film, and we'll have to give him a time limit. Like, bro, go home.
Mm-hmm.
Go home. When you have those types of minds in the building, like, and he's a proven track record of just getting secondaries right.
Mm-hmm.
And if they falter, getting them back on track because
Yep.
you're not going to play 16 perfect games. So I don't want you guys to expect that from secondary. Don't tweet me. I'm gonna curse you the fuck out. It's a little bit different now for me.
Yeah.
Like this is family, so like tread lightly. But I don't expect greatness every game, right? But
Mhm.
expect that the team will adjust. I think they have the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
guys to get folks because you're going to fall off the wagon. But I think they have the right coaches and the right mindset now to like, all right, well, like they caught us slipping one time, they won't catch us twice.
And it's not hard to pander to like just pander to the fan base. Like show that you work hard, show that you are willing to fix like any problem that arises and
Yeah,
that you're not scared of the fan base. Like why should you be scared of us? You don't know us. Like show that you're just
no,
willing to work, you're hardworking, and that you are willing to get better. Like you know how many times Eli Ricks got burnt and everybody still loves him because he showed
yeah,
flashes. Like he didn't put his head down.
yeah,
He showed flashes of just continuing to be like, all right, I'm just going to continue to work, continue to be good, and he eventually like he won playing time. Like you just want
yeah.
coaches, players that are as passionate to the game as we are, and that's where. And once we feel like you're
I
not
want
as
them to get
passionate,
hitting again.
yeah. Like be a force. Like go punch first
Yeah,
once instead of being the one getting punched and then like, all right, well let's adjust to that. No, go punch them.
our two Super Bowl runs, we were flying all over the
Yep.
field on defense.
Yep.
Did we give up points? You know what I'm saying? Did we give up big plays? Sure, but like they hit niggas.
Yep.
They were flying all over the place. Just got to get back to that. Get some youth. Get back to that. Some dudes that don't care about CTE. Run that. You know what I'm saying? I need that.
Yeah. Need that.
Some psychos. Need it. What else?
I can't think.
Yes, Sixers are cooked. I'll be determining if I follow the Phillies in October.
Yeah, that's when
Stand
baseball
by
really
for that.
starts.
Cliff will be the same.
That's when baseball really
Yep.
starts. Red October, unless they piss me off. Well, they do have baseball Tobias Harris and Nick Castellanos still, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. They love him though until they hate him until they love him again.
I noticed it.
It's Philly though.
I noticed it from.
It's so crazy too. I already feel myself like drinking the Eagle Kool-Aid now that I have like a personal tie to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm gonna manage this season
Yeah, you just can't be on Twitter.
at all.
Just can't be. I mean, I doubt anybody will like because who is like nobody cares about like we're gonna address our hatred towards like the faces. So like Vic, if they have like a bad outing, or Kellen, or what could really happen is they don't care about either one of them, and we're at Nick Sirianni because we already know his leash is short. So everything might be directed towards him.
So that's a good pivot. Actually, I wanted to bring that up. Do you think he deserved to be on the hot seat? Also, are you okay with his position on his staff, not being a play caller, kind of being a vibes guy, setting a tone, and just kind of being a supporting force? I've heard players talk about like how they do like their head coach, to not be involved in play calling and just kind of be that guy, just kind of floats around and supports. So answer that question first. Are you cool with that? And then do you think he deserved to be on the hot seat?
So this is my issue. So like I feel like we as Eagles fans are like too like we're obviously too emotional, but like Dave, he's a Cowboys fan. He was like, bro, I think y'all are being like too hard on y'all coach. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. Like he just got out of a Super Bowl. He was like, y'all was 10-1. Y'all ended the season 11 and what did we end the season 11-6? He was like, you know how many teams would die for that? I mean, I get it, like the way they crashed out and everything, but like, all right, it's one. He was like, y'all don't even give a coach a chance to have a bad year. Like the first bad year, it's like y'all want everybody fired. And it's like, all right, like I get it. So me personally,
I mean, we did do that with Doug.
Right. But me personally, like the struggle with Nick comes from nobody knows what he does. And it's not like a Dan Campbell thing where like you can tell he motivates his players. Like that was maybe last year, Sirianni. This year we were confused as to what he does. So now it's like, okay, what do you? And it was conflicting reports. Like, all right, Nick is calling the offense. No, he's not. Nick is helping with the defense. No, he's not. It's like, what is he doing for us to understand like what's going on? So I do think he deserved to be on the hot seat, but not as much as he was. Like I feel like he definitely
For you, is there a difference between being on the hot seat and deserving to be fired?
yeah. Like okay, like he shouldn't. I don't think he deserved to be fired because he's coming off of a Super Bowl. We've been to the playoffs 3 straight years. Like you know how many teams would beg for success like this with a head coach
Yeah.
that they can just like keep around. Um, yeah, and then like deserving to be fired, no, because like you can't say you
Yeah.
don't know what he does and then say, all right, well, he deserved to be fired. For what? You don't know what he does. So like
Yeah.
you don't know what
I
the
think I
problem
think
was.
it's just like this. You can't ignore like, and yeah, sometimes players drink the Kool-Aid, but like you can't ignore like Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, BG coming
Mm-hmm.
out and saying like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" No, Nick is the coach of this team. Like when
Mm-hmm.
those guys say it, I don't remember. And maybe it's been a few years now, but I don't remember them vehemently defending Doug the way they defend Nick.
So that was
I
the
know they love
they
Doug,
did.
but the way they defend Nick is like, you just slapped my child type shit. Like, don't touch my kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't speak on my family. Like, they are
Right.
defending Nick to their grave. And I think you can't ignore that piece. And so that's what he does for a team, right? He garners respect. I remember AJ saying, like, no, I appreciate Nick for like,
Mm-hmm.
there's been times like, again, where I'm like, you guys don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know, like, there's 11 players on the field at one time. If one guy doesn't do his job, that's going to make AJ look stupid. That's going to make Jalen look stupid. That's going to make Kelsey look dumb. Like there's so many connected pieces in one single screenplay or whatever, right?
Right.
And so and AJ said that, and he was like, and I appreciate the way that Nick, defends us, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. Like if anything, like just instilling confidence that I know my coach is going to fall on the sword for me, and I'm confident going into practice this year or this week, knowing that I can improve without being thrown on the bus publicly. You know how many coaches we've seen like, yeah, that was fucking Brett Favre's fault or
Yeah,
some shit, like where coaches just like
yeah.
refuses to take accountability. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think that's his job, right? And it's hard to put that into words like on a resume or like in a job responsibility blurb, but like I think his job is like it shows up in pockets.
Right. And I think the 3 straight playoffs, like it shows he's a good coach because we know what a bad coach looks like and what a bad coach can contribute
Yeah.
to. And they wouldn't have been with a bad coach. They wouldn't have had the 3 straight playoffs and been in the situation and gone to the Super Bowl and been in the situation that they are in now. Like Howie and Laurie kept him for a reason, and that's what
Yeah.
I have to like. I have to
Yeah.
just trust. Like they gave us our first Super Bowl. We went to the Super Bowl last season. I have to just trust they know what they're doing. Yes, they have their flaws, but at the end of the day, we're one of the most successful teams in the NFL. So
Ever.
you just gotta like try. Like the Eagles are never terrible, and when they are, it gets rectified the very next season.
Bro, that's even going back to like figuring out the Carson Wentz thing. We talking about like Morey not building contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
We drafted Hurts in the second round, and we still were kind of like, I think Carson might be the guy, but just in case,
Yep.
let's go get another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like the gap between Howie and Morey is like a galaxy in between,
Yeah.
and that's what we're talking about when it comes to like Embiid and shit. But like there should always be like a backup plan. Like what if this doesn't go right? And that's how he operates. As long as Howie's a GM, bro, I trust everything we got going on.
Yeah. I do too. But yeah, it's almost 1:30. I got to get back to class. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sixers. Morey sucks. Might need to be
Yep.
fired, but they just extended him. So that's where
Yeah,
we
we're
are,
cooked.
man.
I mean, they're cooked. They're
Yeah,
they're
they
cooked.
they
They're
they
cooked.
they fans of the game. But yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, I'm a front runner, so I'll be back when they figure it out.
I'll still be watching, unfortunately.
Dude was like, I remember somebody tweeted me like, yeah, I can't believe they're comparing Joel to Shaq and Maxey to Iverson, just like based off stats, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, they better not lose in the playoffs. I was like, bro, who cares? Like, I won't be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I won't acknowledge it at all.
That's insane.
But
Bro.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
Face the Pod's back. You
Oh
guys
my
give Cliff
God.
this engagement, man. He needs it. He hasn't gotten a haircut in a while, so like
I literally got a
donate to the
haircut
pod
2
as
weeks
well.
ago. When you have
So
this type of hair, like once the shape up goes away, it's no saving. You gotta get
I know
another one.
it's over.
So it's fucking annoying.
It's over.
It's annoying. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
just keep growing it until I get bored. But yeah, man, appreciate you for coming on.
Always a pleasure, doggy.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you won't be like a special guest. Like it's not like a special guest thing. So it's not like if I
Yeah.
had like Maxi.
They'll probably demand me once a month.
As long as you know, you need
We'll figure something out.
There's no. As long as you know, it's only one way out. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no. There's no
If I get any Eagles news that we can break, we'll break it here.
Yeah. There's
But,
no.
CP, it's hard to get him to talk about anything, so I can't make any promises.
But all right, dog. Appreciate y'all. Oh my God, I keep forgetting to do. Make sure y'all like. If y'all listening, like and subscribe. If you listen all this way, thank you. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, rate it 5 stars, comment on whatever you're listening to, watching. Yeah, man. Off the Cliff Show. I don't know if I'm gonna do an outro video. Yeah, I don't feel like it right now. But yeah, man. Darien is here. Yeah. So y'all. I'm out. I don't know what to say. So. Wait for this shit to upload. Why is the stopping frozen?